Hello again. Today is our second live video, but what's special is that today is Mindful Monday week 2. So I'm really excited for those of you who are going to be watching live, or for those of you who are going to be tuning in again after this recording's over. But today I'd like to quickly talk about who is mindfulness for. So if you guys have some preconceived notions in your mind, who mindfulness is for, or what you believe mindfulness, who you believe mindfulness is for, just type it in. I'd love to see and hear your thoughts. So before I answer that question, a lot of people aren't always sure who mindfulness can really benefit, or who should be practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness, right? I talked a little bit about this last week, is that we have a more modern explanation of what mindfulness is. Hi, Mom! I'm so glad you joined. A lot of us may know who, we talked about last week about Jon Kabat-Zinn, who is known as, I would say, the modern leader in mindfulness today. And he's the one who brought mindfulness into more of a scientific arena and more into the mainstream arena, or modern arena, I should say. So mindfulness is really for anyone. And mindfulness, according to Jon Kabat-Zinn, he's the one that created it as something called MBSR, mindfulness-based stress reduction. And mindfulness-based stress reduction is kind of the basis for many mindfulness-based therapies or interventions. And so, in modern days, it can be used for relieving stress, relieving chronic anxiety. It can be used for just reducing stress. There's something called MBCT, mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, which is there to help you relieve or to help someone prevent relapse into anxiety and depression. And then we have the other side of this. Hi, Grandma! I love that you joined too. I love my family's joining in. This is great. So the other side of this is the philosophical standpoint of who mindfulness is for. And it started off in many ways as a Taoist or Buddhist point of view or practice, but it's anything short of religious. It really comes down to the essence of who we are, and it can be for anyone who just wants to get to know themselves better, or to experience something in a more expansive, more exciting, more present way. So basically, mindfulness is for everyone, right? And that's why, and I don't remember if I talked about it last week, but I know in one of the videos I did earlier today, is that I really feel that my mission in this world is to bring mindfulness or to bring about peace and empowerment in this world, whether it's just online or just in my own practice, through individual and collective mindfulness. And it can be something as simple as taking a cup of tea, smelling it, swirling it around, drinking it, tasting it. That's really a simple mindful practice, right? Just really engaging in what we're doing. But today our practice is going to be more about our breath and how our breath can link us back to our thoughts. And the idea behind mindfulness, and like I said last week, mindfulness is what the modern, I would say, the modern definition of what mindfulness is the paying attention in a certain way, and that's with awareness, attention, and non-judgmental anything, not judging what it is that you're experiencing, which can always be the hardest part. It's simple, but it can be really hard, right? How quick are we to judge ourselves, right? And if we're judging ourselves, we're judging everything around us. And that can also cause us a lot of stress, right? So today our practice is around breathing. And the way that I started this last week is we started off with these things called tingshas. And tingshas are these little bells that you can listen that have helped can help people to tune in to becoming present, right? Staying present in the moment. What I love about these is, one, when I start a mindfulness practice, what we practiced last week is I clink the bells. You take a moment to listen to the bells as long as you can, and then you settle into the practice. So today I'm going to ring the bells. See if you can bring your attention back to the bells. Now, if your mind wanders away from the sound of the bells, I invite you to just notice the thoughts that come up. Oh God, you can think of like, oh God, I can't believe I did that. What's wrong with me? Notice those thoughts if they come up. How can you not be judgmental about that? Just say, okay, right? Like you might say to a child, it's okay, it's okay. Come back to the thought, come back to the sound, and listen again. Mindfulness is coming back to the moment again and again. And then once I finish ringing the bells, take a moment to then settle in. Notice your feet standing firmly on the ground, or if you're lying down, notice what it feels like to be lying down, whatever position you're in. But I invite you to, my preference is to, oops, sorry, the bells are ringing. I'll wait until the phone stops ringing. But my preference is to sit. I like to sit with both feet firmly on the ground, and to sit with attention. So that doesn't mean straight up and rigid, but to sit towards the edge of my chair and to sit up straight, because it allows me to stay present. So I'm just going to close the door. Hold on one moment. Right? And life happens. So take a moment to settle in. Close your eyes, and we'll begin. Now, as you close your eyes, just begin to notice the quality of your breath. You don't need to change it. Just notice how you're breathing. Are you breathing in through the nose and out the mouth? Are you breathing in through the nose and out the nose? When you breathe in, is it shallow? Is it deep? Are you holding your breath? Just notice without changing it, being aware and present in this moment. Simply noticing the breath. And then begin to notice, as you continue to breathe, what thoughts are coming up. Are thoughts like, I'm bored, this is boring, coming up? Are all the things on your to-do list coming up? Whatever thoughts are coming up, notice what that feels like in your body, where you might be feeling that tension when you think those thoughts. And then label them, thought, and let them drift off like a cloud, and return back to the breath, inhaling and exhaling. As you come back to the breath, Notice the way your rib cage and your abdomen expands and contracts with each inhale and exhale. And if you have a hard time releasing those thoughts that I talked about before, lovingly say, inhale, exhale as you breathe, noticing that, focusing on those words as you inhale and exhale. Again, noticing your thoughts as you're inhaling and exhaling. Just label it thought and let it go and return back to the breath. Inhale, exhale. And then imagine on your next inhale that you're bringing the awareness of the breath throughout the whole body. Imagining that the breath is going all the way down to your toes and all the way up through the top of your head. Notice what it feels like to breathe with the awareness of your entire body in your mind's eye and in this present moment experience. Do you notice tension anywhere in your body as you breathe in and out? What thoughts come up when you notice this tension in your body? Without labeling it as good or bad. What does it feel like? And then as you think those thoughts, I invite you to let them go with your out breath. Returning to the breath. Exhaling. And just allowing yourself to have this experience in this moment with presence and awareness and no judgment. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be right now. And when you're ready, just move your fingers and your toes and come back to the room in front of you. And in your own time, open your eyes. So, just take a moment to check in with yourself how you are, how the quality of your thoughts are, if they've changed, if they're the same. If you are labeling them as good or bad, just notice what you are experiencing right now. Notice your body. Notice how your body is feeling. And in the same way as your thoughts and the way you might label the experience, just notice if you feel more open or you feel some tension in your body. And notice whether you are labeling that as good or bad. And if anyone who's watching just wants to click like or the heart or whatever reaction they want, just so that way I know you're still here, or if they've experienced it. Thank you, Kenny. I'm glad you liked it. Awesome. Thank you, thank you. I'd love to know if anyone has anything they'd like to share or any questions they have about this practice or about who meditation might be for. But in the meantime, while you are typing out anything you might be wanting to ask or to share, what I love about this practice is it doesn't need to be as long as we did it today. You can simply take a moment to move to another room or to sit down or whatever it might be to just practice this. I sometimes will do this for 1 minute and it completely shifts the way that I feel in the moment, so I can be really grounded and change the way I experience an uncomfortable situation. That's always fun for me, to really explore even the chaos. It's okay to be feeling all that too, because we're all human, and without all those experiences, there's no way for us to grow and to be better members of society or family or in our life, showing up the way that's authentically us. That's why I find mindfulness so important, because it teaches us to really shine the light on those areas that we may never have looked at before. And by doing that, we can then grow. We can become better versions of ourselves. And I think that will also, I believe it really will help us to change the world, because we have to change ourselves from within first, right? We can't always necessarily go around saying, I'm not going to worry about me, but I'm going to try to fix you or change you or help you, but I won't help myself. So if anyone has any questions or anything they want to share, if that experience was something new to them or something that they noticed about it, I'd love to hear. And if you don't have time to type this in now, or you're not watching this live, then I'd love to hear it either in a private message or type it underneath. Up to you, because I know this is a mindfulness practice, as I shared last week, is very, as they call it in the science field, metacognitive experience or internal experience. So if you don't want to share, that's fine. Allow yourself to just feel what you're feeling and take this with you throughout your day, throughout the week. And again, if you have any questions about this practice, about mindfulness, or anything you want to share, just give me a shout out. And I will answer any questions or write back to whatever you have to say. All right, guys, I love you all. I will see you next week for Mindful Monday, and enjoy the rest of your day. Mwah. Bye. One more time. Bye.